Yo, what's up? My name is Darius from Wealth is My Worth, and today we're going to be talking about how you can drastically change your income, your net worth, and your overall finances in just 75 days. This is not a small thing. This is going to be a huge, drastic change. It's going to take a lot of work, and this is going to be a challenge. This challenge is called the Money Mastery 75 Hard Challenge. And yes, it is a play on the 75 Hard Fitness Challenge, but this one's going to be more about personal finances. So if you're down for the challenge and you know that you are worthy of wealth, stick around to the end, because in this video, in the next several minutes, I'm going to be discussing the 5 rules to the challenge, how you can get started, my personal story, and a few tips and tricks on how to be successful doing this challenge. Okay, so now let's talk about the 5 rules to the 75 Hard Money Mastery Challenge. Rule number 1, just like the regular 75 Hard, you're going to read at least 10 pages of a book, but not just any book. You're going to read a personal finance book. I've got suggestions on my website, and I'll also list a few of my favorite suggestions in the description below. If you have any favorite personal finance books, drop them in the comments. Rule number 2, you're going to do a daily progress activity. Now, for your daily progress activity, there's going to be a list of different activities that you can choose from. And they have to do one of 3 things. They're either going to increase your savings and investments or just plain old income. The second option is going to decrease your debt, or the third is going to give you a good financial base, meaning you're going to complete a milestone that will give you more stability and a better base for your finances. When you sign up for the challenge, which is completely free, you will get a list of over 100 activities that you can choose from, and you only have to do one every single day. Some may take you only about 5 minutes. Some could take you a couple of hours, and those are usually bigger and have more impact on your financial stability. And I'm going to be doing weekly how-to videos for many of the items on that progress list. So if you're going to challenge yourself to make this drastic change in your finances, now's a great time to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the future videos. Rule number 3, this is a simple one. Only thing you have to not do is acquire any more debt. This includes no new credit cards. This includes no new car loans or any type of loans. One of the daily progress options is to get pre-approved for a mortgage if you want to buy your first home. Again, that's an optional activity. So if you're not in a position to purchase a home, don't worry about it. You're good. The only rule here is to acquire no new debt within this next 75 days. Rule number 4, at the end of every night, you're going to review all of your spending for the day. You're going to compare it to the budget, which you create in the very beginning as your first activity of the 75 Hard Money Mastery Challenge. So after the day of spending or not spending, you're going to compare how you did to what you planned on doing. This is very simple, and it'll take you maybe 5 minutes every single night, and it'll keep you on track, because when you're looking at your finances daily, it'll make a huge impact on your decision-making throughout the weeks. Rule number 5, and this is the big one, and this is where you're going to have a huge impact on your income, and your income over time will also affect your net worth. Rule number 5 is going to be, you're going to apply for a new job every single day. Now, before you think this is too much or too big of a task, just think about this. When you start applying for jobs rapidly, you really are going to take your resume and all the other information that you've used in the previous applications and reuse them for the next ones. So it should take you between 10 and maybe 30 minutes to apply for a job. And a lot of times you can do it way quicker than that. Rule number 5 is going to be the most impactful on your journey. When it comes to personal finances, there's 3 things that you can do to make a difference. 1, you can spend less money. 2, you can make more money. Number 3, you can invest the difference between how much you're earning versus how much you're spending. You can only decrease your spending so much, but on the other side, you can increase your earnings drastically. You can increase your earnings by 10%, you can increase it by 100%, or even 1,000%. There's really no cap on your earnings. So when you're doing your daily job application, the goal is to reach for the sky. No matter what industry you're in, no matter what you do for work, reach for the sky and apply for some of the highest paying jobs. You'd be surprised on who you'll get a call back from and what you'll be inspired to do. So I want to share a little bit about my personal story, because I've done this entire challenge, but in different steps and orders. I just created this one challenge for everybody else so that you guys can all make this huge impact in a super short amount of time. But for me, I started my career off as a software engineer, making about $65,000 a year. I did this and mastered the skill for about a year. After doing some research, I realized that sales was the way that I could make a lot more money. So I took a year to learn some new skills, better my resume, and apply rapidly for a bunch of different jobs. And it took about 100 different job applications. And out of that 100 applications, I probably got 10 interviews. And out of those 10 interviews, I landed one job. And the time it took me was about 4 months. So I went from a software engineer to a sales engineer, and I went from making only about $65,000 to more than double that in just that amount of time. So when I say you should reach for the sky when it comes to job applications, you don't have to stay in your industry, but even if you do, pick the highest paying version of whatever it is that you do. For example, if you work in retail, you could work at the Nike store where you're making $15 to $20 an hour, or you could be working at the Gucci store where you're selling high-end products and you're getting a commission. Another version is that if you're doing retail, you might want to work at the Mercedes-Benz dealership. You're still selling things. It's the exact same skill set. You're just around a different caliber of people and a different caliber customer with different priced products. If you work in the food industry, you could work at McDonald's or somewhere in fast food, or you could go to a 5-star restaurant at the most expensive hotel, and you can be serving steak and expensive bottles of wine to the most high-class people in the city. So there's just a different caliber, a different price point, a different payment that comes along with each one of these jobs, but it requires the same exact skill set. Similarly, if you work in corporate, let's just say you're a marketing expert. You could work for the city and you make a decent salary, or you could work for a private company and make an even higher salary based off of just applying for a different place. Or if you want to take it up even more, maybe you start your own marketing agency and then you have no cap to your income at all. So these are just a few examples of how you can drastically change your income in such a short amount of time at 75 days. Now, that brings me to another point. 75 days is the challenge. If you can do every single one of these activities, follow all the rules every single day for 75 days, you will see a drastic change in your finances. But if you've done the 75 hard, or if you know anybody that has done it, most likely they didn't go all the way through without stopping. So what happens when you miss a day is you just start from the beginning. You start from day one and you go 75 days straight from there. Basically what happens is most people have 2 or 3 tries at this. After each try, doing it for a few weeks, you end up doing this for maybe 100, 120 days. If you mess up at the beginning, don't mess up too many times. The beauty of it is you can keep attempting this as many times as you want or as many times as you can, and it doesn't hurt you to start over. It only helps you. Every single day that you're doing one of these activities, every single day that you're reading 10 pages, every single day that you're putting in a job application that could double or triple your income is an opportunity for you to drastically change your finances. If you like this video so far, do me a favor and hit that like button. This helps the YouTube algorithm know that this is great content and that it's helping people out. If you have any suggestions on different activities that you would like to learn more about, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I'll read every single comment and respond back and reply back. Now for the final part of the video, we're going to talk about how you can get started and how do you stay consistent. Getting started is easy. All you have to do is click the link in the description or go to wealthismyworth.com and click on Learn More About Money Mastery. This will take you to the sign up page where all you have to do is put in your name and your email. As soon as you do that, you'll instantly receive a welcome message to your email. And every few days, you'll start getting reminders about different activity options, suggestions on what you can do next, and lots of tips. The best way to succeed while doing this Money Mastery 75 Hard Challenge, and honestly, any challenge that you're going to do, is going to be to do it with someone. Make sure someone's keeping you accountable. Make sure you're checking in with someone and they're checking in with you as well. And the way that you can do this is by sending this video to a friend or asking somebody if they want to participate with you. If you don't have anybody that can or wants to participate with you, then you can join the community by going to the Facebook group, which is also linked in the description below, or the LinkedIn group, which is also linked in the description below. These groups have other people just like you, people that want to do better with their finances, people that are W-2 employees, people that have jobs that they want to be making more money and doing more with their money. So you can go in there, introduce yourself, and you'll find other people that will respond to your messages, and you might find some friends that'll also help you collaborate while doing the challenge. So thank you for watching this video. If you want tips on the best ways to apply for new jobs, you can watch this video here. If you want suggestions about which books that I recommend, you can also click this video here. See you guys on the next one, and don't forget, you are worthy of wealth.